Welcome back to Live with a Classic. I'm here with my friends at Joe's Garage, and contacted me a while ago. Actually, we were up at the summer meet. We started talking about these cars that we're getting in, a couple of rare ones that you hardly ever see, and I asked if I could film with them. One of them it's possible to save. The other one, not really. It's really too far gone, but sitting in a field. Both are 1992. Both are a Jaguar Sport models, so those are bespoke ordered special models. So it's a collaboration between Jaguar and Tom Wilkinson Racing. So they have some, interesting engines that have definitely been filled with different suspension, lots of different things. They're very, very unique and quite rare. So let's have a look at both of them. Here's the first one. Behind it is another car that they got from the same lot. That one is still special, but not as special. It's an XJR-S and really, really rough, quite rusty, but probably just a parts car. But this thing here, for those who don't know, looks like a regular XJ40 with some special wheels. But if you look up here, it's an XJR. Technically, they didn't make any XJRs back with the XJ40, but they made this one. So collaboration between Tom Wilkinson Racing, I believe, and Jaguar, and they were called Jaguar Sport. So they made, modified Jags. So he says Jaguar Sport 4-liter. So it does have a tweaked engine. I don't actually know anything about the horsepower, so I'll try to look them up, put them down below, but it's definitely more powerful, a different suspension, different wheels. I believe it has a custom interior just for this model. There we go. Gotta be careful with XJ40s. Their door handles are very brittle. So you see, it looks like a mixture between a Jaguar XJ40 and the interior of an X300. It's a very, very interesting seat. Absolutely gorgeous, but kind of an odd mix there. So very, very interesting car. Otherwise, it looks very, very standard XJ40, and you can understand why. I mean, this is a parts car. It's rough. I mean, all of it is pretty much there, but it's a lot of work. Interesting thing is that these XJRs, they have the Daimler door sides, so that is standard, and had those odd seats and everything else. I believe it had different suspension setup, and you see the whole sill is quite different. It has this back here as well, which is a little different. You see it's fiberglass. These absolutely gorgeous wheels, a lot of other cool little things, but it's really, really a sleeper because it doesn't really look like it. And it has that steering wheel, the sport one. I've been around an XJR-S Sport where I lived before in Netherlands. The mechanic that I went to buy parts of sometimes, he had one in a lot of times because it wouldn't run right, and it had a white sport wheel like that. Very odd looking wheel, but very period. And yeah, it's gone in all the places. I think the bulkhead as well. So it would make a good parts car if you have one, or if you want to build sort of a replica, if you have a good XJ40 and just transplant all this over. But yeah, pretty rough. But it has this one with 3 lines, which means it does look like it has the extra pump up here, just like mine. So it probably has self-leveling rear suspension as well. So really, really interesting car. And honestly, the bonnet's not too bad. It has quad headlights, which look nice. It has the special XJR grille. They did make a sport model as well, I think called like 3.2S or something. I can't exactly remember. It had that grille and a couple other things, but this is the real deal. Yeah, pretty rough. But those are pretty bulletproof engines, so could probably get it to fire up if all the electrics work. Same rust over here. This is different. Old rubbing strip here with the XJR. And yeah, sadly pretty rough, but at one point a very, very cool car. I have to say, I really do like the interior. It does have the XJ40 door handle issues, You see someone's already pried it open. See Jaguar Sport there, 260 kilometer an hour speedometer. I check my Daimler home to see if that's the same or if this one is a higher one. What do we have? We have the radio. It has had a car phone in here, so very of the period. Yeah, very, very interesting car. You know, just one of these modified Jaguar Sports cars is interesting, but there's another one over here, and this one is the one that you could save. It's an XJR-S, and well, it's several shades of green, some of it being moss. This one's probably not sat outside for as long because it's not rusty, but yeah, still pretty rough. But let's look at the interesting bit. It's under here. So what it has is, let me see. There we go. This is 1992, and it has a 6-liter, but you say it looks like a 5.3. Well, it's a bored out 5.3, so it's really a before the 6-liter. So very interesting. If you look down here, it's a 1992, but doesn't have Magneti Marelli ignition, at least it looks like. It looks like some type of Lucas ignition, but doesn't have ignition box up here. The only thing I really know about these is the horsepower figures and that they have a very unique ignition system or injection system. It's a Cytec system, and I believe the other one is as well. And Cytec made some high performance injection systems back in the day. You do have some Bentleys and things in the early 90s also ran on Cytec. Not Harry's car show. Ian Tyrrell did a video on how to properly start a car, and he mentioned a Bentley there and had a Cytec system. So they made some interesting systems. It does have the later style fuel rail, which is a lot better without the fuel hoses, and a lot of other interesting things. So stock 5.3 is something like, this time like 290 horse, something like that. This is 330, I believe, so it is a good improvement, and looks to be complete, everything. Interesting to see there's a mount for cruise control but doesn't have it. So I wonder if it's been removed or if it never really came with it, or if they did that in a different way. It does have the cruise option there, so maybe they did it in a different way. But yeah, just one cable going there. Very, very interesting. Pretty interior, light one. And this one doesn't run either. It cranks, but no spark, I believe. So they gotta investigate that. But here you see Jaguar Sport. And some other very, very interesting things. These are really cool. So you have like the code card for the old radio. Let's see, we have 260 kilometers speedometer here as well. 103,000 kilometers, so that's not much at all. Back seat. Looking really good as well. Just really dirty. I'd love to wash this thing and just see how it turns out. Has some clear coat peel back here on the massive wing. But yeah, otherwise it's very pretty. So here you see XJR-S. Very pretty, very unique car. And same sort of wheels, looks like. And just a lot of interesting things. Very, very cool. Sorry, I don't really know what much to say. I'm just sort of shocked to see something like this in this condition that's been sitting outside, but yet it doesn't look too rusty. Engine seems to be all there. This is painted red all the way around. It must have looked so cool when you picked this up. Imagine in 1992 getting like a bespoke made XJS with a more powerful engine, and that's just very, very cool. Just wish it was a manual. That would be very, very cool. But I'm gonna talk to the guys over here, and we're gonna see a little bit what's gonna happen with the cars. If some buyers for them, or maybe I can get a chance to give this thing a wash. But if I do, I'll give that a video because that'd be just fun to see how this thing turns out. Sadly, that thing over there is a parts car. I'm gonna ask them if they want to be contacted about the cars. If they do, I'll put the contact information down below if you might be interested in some parts of that one. This one is definitely not a parts car, but I'm not sure if it's for sale or not, but very, very interesting nonetheless. Welcome to the future. We're down in the gallery. Guess what's behind me? An XJR-S. So I didn't buy it, but a really good friend of mine, I helped him buy it, and I'm gonna fix it up. I'm gonna get it running for him. So we just got delivered today. I'm busy with some other cars for a while, so it's gonna sit down here in the gallery. And then I have a good friend of mine who's a really good car detailer. So he's gonna come up here and we're gonna give it a good wash. I mean, it's gonna get proper detail when everything's done, but we're gonna get a good wash, clean up all that moss, and that's gonna be really exciting. And then I'm gonna tackle trying to get this old girl going. I've done some more research on it now. It has special pistons, special crank, lots of other things, a special gearbox, different suspension, complete side-tech system controlling everything. So hopefully we can get all this working. So you know what to expect? Probably sometime during the winter, we're going to be working on this thing, getting it going. We have a couple of cars to work on before that, but you know that on this channel, we'll be working on a very cool Jaguar Sport XJR-S. Anyways, it's very, very hot out here, but it's been fun looking at these two cars, something a little bit different. Hope you guys enjoy that. It's almost like walking in the yards, seeing some junk cars. Don't really have any Jags in yards over here, but these have been sitting in someone's yard in a field for a few years, and hopefully they get a good home and get to be back on the road in the fast lane, because this is really an Autobahn car, just being in the left lane and driving past everything. Very, very cool. Anyways, if you like this video, please give a thumbs up, share it with your friends. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, please do subscribe to the channel. It really does help out a lot. Until next time, I'm Adam. This was Living with a Classic. I'll see you soon.